So how do you know if your Davis rental property is ready for leasing season? Hi, I'm Steve Rosenberg with Mind Property Management. Today I'm joined with Cindy Brilla, who is our portfolio manager in the Davis area. So Cindy, how do you know that you are prepared to get your property rented during the leasing season?
Well, the most important factor with Davis is leasing. Davis is a college town, so all the leasing revolves around the college schedule from when Davis starts to the end of the season when everybody's graduating and moving out. So it's very important to understand that concept. If you are looking at investing in Davis, that if it's during an off season, leasing will be quite slower generally than in leasing season, which would be from May through August. Those are the months for leasing in Davis.
And so if you buy it off season, it's okay. I mean, basically just know that you may have holding costs while it basically comes back to the leasing season. Or I'm guessing you could get someone who's not tied to the college, but it doesn't sound like that's the norm. It sounds like the norm is the student housing and that are the residents. Is that right?
Absolutely, the students and the faculty members.
So what are some things that you need to think about when you're renting to college students and faculty members? What are some things that you have to do to make sure the house is ready? Like, is there certain types of properties that are better suited, that rent quicker, or types of amenities to put in there?
So basically for the units to rent fastest in Davis is to have a larger floor plan. 2 bedrooms and above is very helpful because a lot of the students out there do want to have a roommate to help absorb costs. 1 bedroom units are a little bit more challenging because that person is fully responsible to pay the entire amount of rent. Mm-hmm. Davis rent rates are fairly high because it is a college town as well. So 2 bedrooms and higher are much easier because they can have that roommate situation to help offset those costs for sure.
Got it. And I'm assuming they do a 12-month lease. It just happens to normally start and stop in August. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. And what are some things as far as things that you would put in the lease agreement in Davis that may be specific to that town that is not normal?
Overall, there's nothing really extra that would be put into a Davis lease agreement. It's generally 12-month term, very, very standard, same terms as any other lease agreement as would be in Sacramento, San Francisco. It would be the same.
Same, okay. And then as far as like a resident renting, a college resident, is it common to have a co-signer or a parent signing for the lease, or they normally do it on their own, or how does that normally work?
So it could go both ways. I've seen it go both ways. If a student is accepted at Davis on scholarships, a lot of the time that scholarship will include a housing allowance. Okay. That can be calculated to go towards their income to help them qualify income-wise to rent the unit. If they don't get, for instance, a scholarship that does pay that housing expense, generally then that's when a parent would guarantee the rent along with the occupant, the leaseholder.
Okay, and I'm assuming eviction rates probably are very low, if at all, with students. Is that safe to say?
Yes, that would be safe to say. Absolutely.
How do people handle utilities and lawn care and those kinds of things? I would imagine most college students are not the ones that are going to be cutting the yard, but maybe I'm mistaken. But how do they do that?
So, yes. So utilities, generally, yes, the tenant is responsible for all the utilities, which would be the gas, the electric, water, sewer, trash. Lawn service, I do have an example out there right now where I do have a 4-bedroom home that does have quite a large yard. So basically, we can give an option to have a landscaper and then bill it back to the tenant. Or they can maintain it themselves.
Got it.
So a lot of times as well, apartment communities in Davis will already have their general grounds and landscaping. So generally the landscaping would fall on a single family house opposed to an apartment community.
Got it. Understood. Great. Okay, well, great. Well, Cindy, thank you so much. And if anybody wants to learn more about property management in the Davis area and talk to you, how would they go about finding you?
They can find us at Mynd Management's website. They can go to Sacramento, go to drop down, and they'll see my bio and photos and information along with the contact phone number and email.
Okay, great. And so for those of you that don't know, the website is Mynd, MYND.co. So it's MYND.co. And then you can just go into the locations area and you can see the drop down for Davis. On behalf of Cindy and myself, I'd like to thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.